Hey all, I'm Apurva and welcome back to WeDesified. If you're someone who is in the process of getting a US visa as an F1 student, then this video is for you. There is a lot going on with regards to finding visa slots, visa interviews and the delays, etc. So we thought it would be useful to directly talk to people who have recently given their visa interviews so that you can get most accurate and latest information. So let's get to it. But before that, if you find our content helpful, then please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your every like, comment and subscription really motivates us to keep making these useful videos. So subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon right now. In this video, we are specifically covering people from the Delhi consulate. We will talk to them about how did they find the visa slots, what questions were asked during the visa interview, and what resources helped them with this process. So let's begin. Our first guest today is Swapnil Raj, who is going for his master's program in human-computer interaction. Welcome, Swapnil. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, could you please tell our audience about your experience of booking the visa slots to begin with?
So I booked my slot by myself. I didn't go through any agent or so, and I was like lucky because I booked my appointment on 12th May, I guess, and I got it for 17th and 18th. 17th was my OFC biometric, and on 18th May was my visa interview. Yeah, that's
So, like,
about my.
how did you get your visa like the visa slot so quickly? Is it something special that you did? Is there any strategy that you used, or was it just pure luck?
I joined Telegram groups which shared like the slots has been opened, but nothing special. I was just lucky that I tried couple of times and I got the appointment. And like before that, my account, like my CGI federal account was blocked also because I didn't know at that time that he had a click limit. But my account was like reopened, and then I tried and I got the slot. So I was like one of the lucky ones who got it early.
So you just were checking the Telegram groups, and whenever you saw there was an availability, you just went
Yeah,
and tried to book the slot as fast as you can, right?
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. So then, how was your experience, the both biometrics and the actual interview? How was the total experience?
So my biometric was on 17th at 4:15 p.m. I guess, and the queue for that batch of like people, started at 4. It was a long queue, but like they only asked for your DS-160, your passport, and your appointment confirmation. Um, when you get inside, they like check your passport, like all these three documents. They paste a barcode, and then you go to a counter. They ask you to read like one acknowledgement text, and they take your fingerprint and photo, and that's all. I think they let you go. So that's about the biometric. And for my visa interview, after getting my documents checked, I went to counter number 10. There was an Indian guy, mid age, around like in 30s, and he asked for my passport, my I-20, and he asked me by my what was the issue was with my old passport. So little backstory here that my old passport had my full name under given name, and my surname was blank. So when I was filling my DS-160, I like got to know that this could be a problem when I'm in the US, like while applying for driving license or other documents, because surname is a mandatory thing in like their document and like forms. So like when I got to know that, I tried to rectify it in the passport office, and my old passport got cancelled, and I got a new passport. So
Hmm.
I was carrying both at the time of visa interview.
Hmm.
So the visa officer asked me about that. So I told him this whole case, and he like confirmed that. Like he first asked me like, why didn't you change like for so long, and I said that I didn't know that it could be a problem, and yeah, like he confirmed that this is my correct name. I said yes, and then he was satisfied with this answer, and then he asked me something that I didn't comprehend, and I he was turning my passport, so I thought he's asking me about my like visa for Japan that I had, and I told him that yes, I went to Japan once, under student exchange program. He asked me what kind of like visa was that. I told him that it was a visitor visa. Mm, and then again he asked me something like, and I was little nervous, so I didn't like understand what he's asking. So he asked again that are you or you have you ever been a sea worker? So I got confused, like what does he mean by sea worker? Like what is expecting? So he said, like he got a little irritated and asked me that it is a simple yes or no question. Have you ever worked on a ship before? I said no, like I've never been on a ship. So then he asked me which course. I told it is Master of Science in Human Computer Interaction. And then he asked like how are you funding your education? I told that I have this much saving, and I have got a loan sanction letter, and the university has also offered a scholarship, and all of this combined is more than sufficient for my like education. And then he asked like what is Indiana University famous for? Again, like this was a tricky question, and I started saying that I like their research. I looked at the curriculum. He interrupted me again and said that I didn't ask you what you liked about university. I am asking you like what is Indiana University famous for. So I was again nervous. Like he looked at me and then said that your visa has been approved. You can collect it in 3 to 5 days. And I said thank you. And he said that Indiana University is famous for its basketball. They take their basketball very seriously. So I said sorry, I didn't know that, and like, that was my whole experience.
Well, that must be a little stressful, I'm
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. I think, universities in the US, they're very passionate about their games and sports,
yeah,
unlike universities back in India. So maybe this is a very good tip for our students to note down what mascot and like what games maybe the universities are famous for next time they go for the interview. But again, you did very well on that, so and got the visa. So like congrats on that. So,
thank you.
like, are there any like COVID related different rules or regulations that are happening in this consulate, and did you find anything different?
Like I was expecting, but it was not the case. I had a chat with a guy who like went to like interview a few days ago. I asked him that whether they are asking for like a COVID RT-PCR test or not. He said that it is not the case. So I uh, like I still went with my COVID certificate, like my vaccination certificate, in case they ask. But they didn't ask like neither in the biometric or in the, like on the visa interview day.
Okay. And did you get your passport back after getting the visa?
Yeah, so like he told me that you'll get it in 3 to 5 days. My interview was on 18th, and I got a notification that my passport is ready for pickup on 20th. So like they took only two days
Okay,
for
that's
that, and
pretty
I had
fast. Hmm.
yeah it is like, and I had chosen pickup, so I went to the center and like I collected my passport after that.
So thank you, Swapnil, for sharing all that. So do you have any suggestions and tips that you would like to share with our audience?
Yeah, so I have three tips that first one is that make your list of documents that is relevant to you, and like take all the documents. You don't want a case where the VO asks you for a document and you do not have it. Second one is that you carry a bigger like folder like this one, and you like flag all your document pages so that you can like give your document quickly and do not waste any time. And third, like last but not least, like be confident, because I surely was not, and it is the most important thing during a visa interview. So like be confident and all the best for your interviews.
Very well said, Swapnil. Thank you so much again for joining us and all the best for your journey ahead.
Thank you, Apurva. Thank you.
That was really well explained. I liked how he organized his documents. And one thing we can learn is even if the visa officer asks questions from outside of what you have prepared, be confident and answer to the point. Don't panic. Now let's get to our second guest for today, Akansha Maheshwari, who is going for master's program in health informatics. Hi Akansha, thank you so much for joining us today and congratulations on getting your visa approved. So to begin with, could you please tell us like how did you book your visa slot?
Hi Purva, I'm glad to join you. I finished my DS 160 and everything by almost April itself. So I've been trying to book a slot since April, and I almost took like 40 days to get a slot because the mass slots was released in June. So I mean May ending or June. So that's when we got the slot. So what we did is we made a group of 4 to 5 students who are actually planning, and then everyone has only 4 logins, right? So we can't look round the clock if we look by ourselves alone. So what we did is we made a group, and then we so that way 4 5 people we were. So we had 20 logins. So what were and we actually split hour wise. So we all used to, keep our tabs on timings. Like this is going to be my time, and I'm going to update everyone with that. And we used to keep one extra login extra so that if anyone gets see an availability of the slot, so we can go and keep. So that's the way we have done it.
That's a very
It did
smart way to do that.
Yeah, it did require a little planning. Like 10 days, we were just randomly looking and nothing. We couldn't get anything. So that's how we had planned.
For what dates did you get your visa? Like both the appointments?
Yeah, so my VSC appointment was on 2nd of June, and my interview appointment was for 3rd of June. Both I got it in Delhi. I am from Hyderabad, but I got it in Delhi. And if my slot was around 9 o'clock, I reached the place around 7:30 in the morning, and they started sending people like half an hour to 45 minutes before inside, and pretty much things are pretty much systematic over there, not an issue. You have to carry your DS 160 confirmation page, passport, and service fee and I-20. So that's all is required, and you go in a queue, and there you'll do the process, and you'll be out in what like half an hour or so. That's all.
So coming to the main visa interview, like how did that go? How was your total experience?
Yeah, so I went around 8 o'clock for my interview, which was at 9:30, and they send you inside, and the regular things goes ahead. There's not much problem. People are also very friendly, so if you get stuck anywhere, they're happy to help. And coming to the visa interview particularly, yeah, so there are like almost in Delhi there are almost like 10 to 12 counters uh, for your interview, and you'll be sent systematically. And I have read in a lot of experiences that visa experience that people try to avoid the counters where the officers are little they are not having a higher rejection rate, but don't do that. You can't do that actually. So you have they themselves allot you the counter, and you have to go. All you can do is be yourself, and honestly things are hyped up in the visa experiences. Like the people are not so bad at all. They are just normal people, and actually the approval rate was really high in Delhi. I mean, they really want to give you a visa, and unless you don't make a mistake, that's all. So, and as far as the question goes, mine was a rapid fire round actually. The visa interview just does it. I mean, everyone had it only 1 minute max, or 1.5. That's all. So I mean, everyone was getting asked only 2 to 3 questions. So I was a little relieved. I was standing in the line, and obviously I was tensed. But when I went, he directly asked me 6 questions. So it was like a very, very, very fast it happened. So they asked me like questions like which visa type am I applying for, and if I'm applying for the first time, and then of course when did I graduate, and what was my major. So my major is dentistry, and I'm going into a research area. So they asked me why is the switch over dentistry towards this, and then how is this masters going to help you, and about my funding. So these were the questions, and pretty much everyone had this same questions. Extra questions would be regarding your work experience. If you have any work experience, they'll ask you to explain. If you don't have a work experience, they will ask you like why did you choose? Choose to do masters immediately after bachelor's. Why not get some work experience or something like that? And if you have a relevant answer, then yeah, you're good to go. And then if you have done any project in your UG, so they'll ask you regarding that, and just answer to the point. Don't play around. It's really not worth it. They're not here to judge. They're not here to anything. They just want a valid answer that a person is ready to go to USA and pursue their studies. That's all. So
Right.
don't play around.
So, are there any
Yeah.
resources that you use that you think were helpful in your interview preparation?
Oh yes, definitely. So this is a small trick I have applied while I was preparing for this interview. So there is a specific group on Telegram for which we can provide a link and you can join that thing. So there are like almost over a lakh people who have joined that group, and they have put the group is very active. Daily on a daily basis you get 50 interviews, like experiences, written experiences of 50 interviews, so people who have actually gone and given the interview. So yeah, what I did is I just type search my course like in the search bar in the Telegram. So I've searched MS Health Informatics. So I got almost all the interviews which have mentioned health informatics. That is specifically for my course. So that helped me, framing answers or what. I mean, of course, I had my idea, but I knew what kind of questions were coming. So honestly, there wasn't a single question that I did not prepare for. Like I was prepared. I made a list of my own questions that these are the questions that are going to be asked or which they are frequently asking, and I had my reasons for it. So that is one tip I would give, that if you are a computer science, if you are a mechanical, you can just go type in the search bar your thing and search all the relevant experiences of the people with similar courses. So that is how I prepared. And yeah, of course, I've given mocks to my friends. Like they've asked me. And yes, please, when you try for mocks, wear a mask because you're not allowed to remove a mask there. So make sure that you are audible because you'll have a glass interface between you and the interviewer. So you have to make sure that you're audible and also clearly you've been heard clearly.
Okay.
And so yeah.
Okay, that's a very good strategy for preparing for interview and also very good tips that you shared. So thank you for that. And so Akansha, do you have any other suggestions or tips that you would like to give to our audience?
Yeah, first thing is when coming to visa interview and the visa experiences thing, just join the Telegram group, respective Telegram groups. They are really helpful, and get a set of people. Like don't do it alone. I recommend to get a set of people because it's really helpful when you do it in a group, especially when booking slots and everything. And the interview part, as I've told, just search your area and get relevant experiences. You don't need to read all the interviews which are not relevant to your field. And then second thing about the dress code and everything, it doesn't really matter, but people are wearing formals there, especially boys. They are wearing formals. Girls are also wearing formals, but semi formal will do fine. Don't worry about that. And it's really not about appearance. It's really not about what answer you give, whether you have a loan, whether you have a personal funding. It's not. It's don't manipulate is what I can say. Just be cool, calm. I mean, as cliche as it sounds, like everybody tells that the confidence is the key, but it's really true. Just confidence is the key. They just want to know if you know your subject well and you're ready to go. That's all. Just stick to the point. Be confident. That will do. That's all.
Well, thank you so much again. You shared really valuable information. I'm really grateful for that. And
Yeah,
all the best for your journey ahead. Thank you so much
yeah, yeah,
again.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So that was the experience of Akansha, and it was very well detailed. The strategies she used to book the slots and to prepare for the visa interview are impressive and very useful. So now let's meet Sahith, our last guest for today. Sahith is going for master's program in human computer interaction. Welcome, Sahith. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm sure that getting to know your visa experience would benefit a lot of people watching this video right now. So thank you so much. Could you please tell us like when was your visa appointments and like how did that go?
So my visa appointment was on 27th of May, and I think that went pretty well. It was like a roller coaster ride for me. I think, and there were a lot of things that happened. I think the initial toughest thing was to get the slot, uh, and after getting the slot, I think the toughest thing is obviously getting visa approval. So yeah, I think it was a really hell of a ride. But I think once you get that, it's just a piece of cake.
So like when was your biometric appointment?
My OFC appointment was on 24th of May, which took me like 2 minutes, and they took my fingerprints and they took a photo of me, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, the whole process took me like 2 to 3 minutes. That's it.
Okay. And then your final interview was on the 27th, you said.
Right. It was on 27th of May,
Okay.
and it took me like 1 hour from where we get into the consulate and coming out of the consulate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so, what is your financing situation like? Are you taking a loan or are you sponsoring it yourself, your parents or relatives?
Yes, I actually took a loan from Prodigy Finance, which is I think which is a really quick way. They approved my loan in like 1 week. So,
So you took all those documents with you during your interview, and like what all other documents um you took with you?
right. So for the biometric, I took basic documents like the visa appointment confirmation page and the DS-160, which you will fill up. And apart from that, I took my passport. Along with the passport, you need to take your savings fee receipt and your visa fee receipt. I think these are the major documents that you'll be taking for the OFC appointment and also the visa interview.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So then coming to the main question, like how was your visa interview experience? Like right from the time you went to the consulate till you came out, like how was it? How long was it? How was the officer? And overall, what was the experience like among other students? So what was it like?
So it was really a roller coaster ride for me, as I mentioned. I think from getting into the concert and coming out of it, the perspectives were really different. When I was entering into the concert, I felt it was a really difficult situation, but I came out. It felt really a piece of cake for me. I think everybody have the similar experience. It's just that you need to be confident enough to, tell those answers for them. So yeah, I think that's
And like how long was your interview? Like what questions were asked?
the interview was like 1 minute overall. They asked me a pretty basic question like regarding the course. Since my course was HCI, they didn't really have an idea on what HCI was. So they just looked at my I-20 and they asked me what course was that. So I answered it, and after that they went into more around my work experience. Since they saw my one year at work experience in my DS-160. They questioned me around what did I do in my current job role. I explained them around the objectives or the daily activities that I do in my job. And after that, they got into financial things. They asked me around funding. Uh, how will I be funding my education? So yeah, I think that those are the main basic questions that were asked.
So did you get your passport back after the visa was issued, or you're still waiting on that?
Yeah, I actually received my passport in a week. I actually opted for a premium delivery, which will cost you like 650 rupees. They will directly deliver to your doorstep.
Okay, and okay, so that's a good option because yeah, many people are worried about, it's better maybe to go to the consulate and get the passport themselves, or get a premium delivery and then get it delivered, and there might be some problems associated with that. But yeah, it's good to know that it's on time and you got it in a week, so that's good to know. Thank you so much, Syed, for joining and giving this valuable
Thank,
information. Thank you so much, and all the best for your journey ahead.
thank you so much for having me.
Just like his experience, Sahid's visa interview was also very quick and straight to the point. One thing you can learn from his experience is to be confident with your answers and you will get your visa approved. So that's all we have for today. Hope this will help you with your visa interview. If you want us to make more such videos about other consulates as well, then let us know in the comment section. If you have any questions, then you can ask us in the comments below and we will reply and make more videos answering all your questions. If you find this video useful, then please like and share it. See you in the next video. Until then, take care, keep learning. Bye-bye.